South Louis, McKinley Wheeler of Saratoga Springs, Adriana Catalano of Pleasantville, Lexi Bernard of South Louis, Megan McLaughlin of East Aurora, Eva Borton of Clinton, and Ava Jolly of North Salem. Your star-studded lineup here in the girls 3000.
And to no surprise, Katelyn Tuohy has taken the lead now after that first 200 of Kelsey Camille taking it out. So lead trio already starting to break away from the pack. That's Tuohy out in front in that white singlet of North Rockland. We have Kelsey Camille, Saratoga, right behind her, the senior, and then Kelsey's younger teammate, the freshman Ella Curto, behind her in third, and then the rest of the chase pack. So Tuohy's got quite a lineup this weekend. She's got this race, and then she'll be coming back tomorrow in the 1500, where she is the top seed. She ran 4:25 a week ago. We haven't seen too much of Tuohy so far this outdoor season. There's rumors that she might be pushing off her season a little bit later. She'll be racing in a week, actually, at the Adrian Martinez Classic in the 5K, chasing the Olympic Trials qualifier. So interested to see how she's trying to prepare for that. Here, she's off to a pretty quick pace early on. That's 149, which is, well, 148 would have been 9 flat 3K pace. So she's just over that, but setting an honest pace for the rest of this field.
So we know that she holds the indoor record in this event. She hasn't quite run her indoor time yet this season. The U.S. record, Mary Kane's record, is set at 8:58.48, if you're thinking that far ahead. Right now, Katelyn's on a pace. She's did about 73 seconds.
Yep, and they went through 800 and 226.
226?
At the 800, yep.
Okay, so try and do the math on that one for 3,000 meters.
It puts about a 907 to 908 right there. Tuohy here, nice and smooth out in front. Shade starting to come over the track. Definitely very nice for these distance athletes because it was relatively hot out today, hitting the low 80s. Cooling off now, though, for the 3Ks. Tuohy here, that was the 1,000 she went through in 3:03.73, so she's on about 9:10 pace right now for the 3K, so she's still continuing to slow down. We see this a lot from Tuohy, taking the pace out hard and then slowly fading, but also she's all by herself out in front. You never know what's going through her mind at this point.
3:55.95 was fifth. Huntington 3:55.62 was fourth.
So she's doing 73s right now. 74s about.
As she goes through 1,200 now in 3:40.
Second, and the public high school winner Warwick Valley at 3:52.73. Qualifying for the Federation race tomorrow. Paul Roberson, Warwick Valley, West Babylon.
Camille, you know, just trying to keep herself as close as possible. She's about 30 meters back.
And Bishop Laughlin.
So Tuohy here comes through 1 mile to go. She goes through at 4:17. That's the 1,400 meter split. 6 seconds back to Camille. Camille just a week ago after her sectional or state qualifier meet where she ran the 3K as well as the 4x8 to qualify her team where she'll race tomorrow. She ran the next day at the Freihofer's Run for Women and actually ran a 16:33 road race 5K to get 5th overall. Quite a prestigious women-only event. So she might be racing on a bit of tired legs. She raced 3 consecutive days, and her teammate now is back in third, the freshman, who is also in the top 10 at this Freihofer's Run for Women. But right now, Tuohy well out in front. She's past the mile. She went through in the mid to low 450s as Camille now goes through the mile. She was about 5:01 to 5:02 at the 1,600 meter split.
Which is phenomenal. You think girls who can run under 5 minutes in most states is going to win their state championship.
And here, they're going out and out for the full 3,000 meter distance.
That's ridiculous.
1,600 meter split. 3 laps to go.
So here, 1,200 meters to go here. 5:32, 5:33 on the clock. So if she looks at a 3:45 final 1,200, which would be about 5-minute pace, she's looking at a mid-19s, about 9:17 for that 3K. So wouldn't be surprised to see her go a little bit faster than that, trying to get down to 9:10, but we'll have to wait and see. Race has completely broken open. That's what happens when you have Katelyn Tuohy in the field. She's not afraid to go out and run from the front. So everybody else is just resorted to, hey, she's running fast, I'm going to try to run fast too. So everybody's running their own race, trying to run their own individual fast time.
And it will be interesting to hear what her strategy is. A lot of times, these athletes know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly how fast they're running, and their coach gives them, exactly what the game plan is and sits there and yells out their splits.
So Tuohy here, she's going to be coming up. This will be the final 800 now, as she's coming up to the start-finish line, or just the finish line. Camille isn't actually giving up too much space. She's still about 50 meters back, but that's not that much, considering that this is a pretty fast pace. Camille also looking to run in the 9:20s.
If she can do a 2:20, she can be at around the 9:09, 9:10 right here.
So she would certainly need a pretty good acceleration to get to that, but we'll have to wait and see what she has left in her legs. So third place, Ella Curto, is now 110 meters back from the lead. Really just a wide open race right now. It's completely splintered back in the pack. Still a 60-meter gap now for Tuohy as she comes up. This will be 600 meters to go. So this is the 1.5-mile split. So she's about 7:24, so that's 4:56, 1,600 pace. She's slowed down a little bit, but she's still pretty much got this Division I and Federation title locked up here for the full 3,000 meters. So we saw her take a little glance back behind her, shoulder to the left, seeing where the rest of the field is. Looking pretty calm, pretty confident here is Katelyn Tuohy. Coming up to the final 400, where we'll see how much she wants to throw this down and how much she has left in her legs. So 8:03 on the clock with 1 to go. So I see another look behind by Tuohy. I don't know if she's just making sure that she has this or if she's starting to tire, but she here has 250 meters to go. Right there, Kelsey hit the 300 meters to go. There's a race, though, back in third with Ella Curto and Jenna Scholes out of Liverpool, as Curto has now made an acceleration to start opening up that gap, but still the focus all on Tuohy as she's in her final 200 here. So here we go, Katelyn Tuohy in the final 100, 9:05 on the clock. She's going to come away with a very dominant victory here. Solid time. She's going to lay down. We'll see her again tomorrow in the 1,500, and really looking forward to seeing her race in a week at the Adrian Martinez Classic in the full 5K. So there we go, 9:21 on the clock. Pretty much dead even 5 flat average for her, as we see Kelsey Camille now coming up to the finish line in lane 2. Just kind of jogging through, and her teammate, just the freshman, Curto, back in third. So Camille there finishes about 9:36. Curto comes through at about 9:40. Good PR for her. Scholes, Jenna Scholes out of Liverpool, coming through in fourth at about 9:41.
That was Mallory Grubb that just came across. There's Hannah.
So our Division II champion is going to be Sarah Connolly out of Mount Sinai with her 9:43. Katelyn taking home the Division I and Federation title with her 9:21.90 performance here. So running to the top 8, Katelyn Tuohy, first place, Kelsey Camille, Ella Curto, Jenna Scholes, Sarah Connolly, Catherine Altieri, Mallory Grubb, and rounding out your top 8, Division II, South Louis taking second in Division II, Hannah Yellfield, or Lowfield.
So we'll wait a moment before we sign off. I think Rob is going to be talking to Katelyn in a moment.
4x1. Sixth place, John Burke Catholic. 44-12.
Yep, and he's getting her right there. So
Yep,
we're going to talk to her in a sec.
43-76.
And Rob has...
All right, I am down here with the girls 3K state champion out here, Katelyn Tuohy of North Rockland. Not a surprise there. Talk to me about the game plan coming into this race for you.
Well, the plan was to win. I really haven't been feeling well the last few weeks. I think it's just allergies, and the pollen count's been pretty high. So I've been having trouble the last couple of days at practice, but today was more of a mental test than a physical test, and I'm, so-so with my performance. I felt like I could have been stronger mentally. I looked back a few times just to make sure I was in a comfortable lead, but yeah, it's stuff to work on.
For sure, yeah, we saw you kind of looking around. Is that just to make sure, to have a sizable lead on the rest of your competitors, so that if something wasn't quite right physically, that you were able to hold on to the win today?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure if I looked back that I had enough space that I didn't have to, throw down a wild kick the last 150, because that really tires on my legs, and I've got the 1500 tomorrow, so definitely don't want to be too tired going into that.
For sure. And now, if it had come down to a wild kick in that last 150, do you think you would have still pulled it out?
Tough to say, because Kelsey's the girl that came in second, and she's one of the toughest runners I've ever met. I think we both don't have the best kick, so it'd probably be pretty even just because we're used to pulling ahead and just chilling it to the finish line. But it would have been interesting if it came down to the kick, because, in my head I'm saying, I have to win this race. I won last year, and in her head she's saying, I can win this race. I'm in second place. I want redemption. So it's hard to say who would win. I think it just came down to who wanted it the most.
Nice. And now, as you mentioned, the 1500 tomorrow, what's the game plan for that race?
It's my last race of the day. I guess just go for it. Definitely not go out too fast, because the state quals went out really quick and I died out at the end. So definitely save something in the tank for the last 200 meters.
All right, nice. Well, hey, congratulations on your win today, and good luck in that 1500.
Thank you.
All right, and now back up to you guys in the booth.
Well, thanks, Rob. So we started the day at around 11 o'clock for the field events, and we went to, about 12:30 we started the running events, and